Curious about what secret Fix-It Nail has, I asked how much it would cost to buy his silence, and he said he didn't want money. He wants my race car. I must drive it to trade for Miss Jin at 4 o'clock, Highway 10's old warehouse. If not there in an hour, Miss Jin would disappear forever. Hearing this, I immediately stomped the gas, drifting towards the warehouse. Meanwhile, a cop on the side of the road spotted Miss Jin's wrecked car and sensed something was off. He immediately called for backup. On the other side, after a lot of effort, I finally made it to the warehouse on time. I sent Amu and Doju in to stand guard while Miss Jin hid in the car. Armed with the key, I went to negotiate with Fix-It Nail, but when I walked in, it was completely empty except for a giant truck parked there. Confused, I walked towards the truck, and Amu and Doju suddenly felt danger. Fix-It Nail appeared out of nowhere and launched a sneak attack on Amu. I reached the truck but couldn't find him anywhere. I tried to communicate via radio, but got no response. And behind Doju, it seemed like someone was approaching. Fix-It Nail kidnapped Amu and left, realizing they hadn't rescued Miss Jin and had lost Amu. With no time to think, they jumped in the car to chase Fix-It Nail, while a patrolling cop spotted a big truck parked off in the distance. Spotting the blood on the ground, the cop felt a chill and immediately pulled out his gun, ordering the driver to get out of the truck. To his surprise, the driver complied, getting out with his hands up, and promptly got handcuffed by the cop. The cop opened the truck bed to find bags dripping with blood, containing Doshan's headless corpse. The driver was left dumbfounded. He quickly explained that he was just hired to drive the truck and had no idea what was in it, but the evidence was right there. The cop still aimed his gun at the driver, called the sheriff, claiming he caught the killer, but got no response for a long time. It turns out that just then, my buddies and I encountered the patrolling sheriff while chasing Fix-It Nail. After seeing him, I laid everything out on the table and showed the sheriff the photo of Miss Jin being kidnapped, and that the kidnapper was driving a big truck. The sheriff frowned deeply and said that he had just passed a big truck on his way here, deciding to take us along to chase it down. But the moment we stepped into the car, Fix-It Nail shot out with such force, stunning everyone. What an incredibly tough character. The cop missed out, and with the sound change, Doju chased Fix-It Nail, while I rashly called for backup. Utterly enraged Fix-It Nail, who warned me that because I rashly called the cops, I'd lose Amu. Just then, he put the radio by Amu's mouth, letting us hear his cries for help as steel chains wrapped around his head. Another part was secured by rebar, and as Fix-It Nail pressed a button, the rebar tightened, crushing Amu's head. In the end, Amu met his end, and then Fix-It Nail made another demand. There's a dump on Highway 17. We meet there, where I'll trade my life for Miss Jin and Doshan, not knowing that Doshan had already turned into a headless corpse. At this moment, Doju completely broke down and decided to bail on this whole crazy business to save his own life. Despite Domei's repeated pleas, Doju firmly chose to leave. With no other option, Domei went to the dump with me. But surprise, surprise! Fix-It Nail showed up and took Doju away. When he woke up again, Doju's head was trapped in the rebar, and no amount of pleading would help him now. As Fix-It Nail stepped down, Doju's head and body finally separated, and Fix-It Nail doused the area with gasoline, turning everything to ashes and ablaze. Meanwhile, a cop on the roadside discovered the sheriff's already dead body and called for backup. He suddenly realized that the driver he captured earlier wasn't the real killer and quickly ordered a blockade on Highway 17. They had to tightly seal a 100-mile radius to check every vehicle and catch the real culprit. On the other side, I and Domei arrived at the dump, where we loudly schemed. Domei would drive to the nearest gas station to call for help. I would distract Fix-It Nail to ensure my friend's safety. After Domei left, I grabbed some reusable materials to build a fort in the dump. Suddenly, I heard Miss Jin's cries for help and rushed towards the sound, finally seeing the true face of Fix-It Nail. But Fix-It Nail had no intention of letting anyone go. He tied Miss Jin inside the sedan. Then he pressed the button, sending her to the shredder, leaving behind her desperate cries for help as I watched helplessly. In a fit of helpless rage, I was beaten down by Fix-It Nail, and just as he was about to finish me off, Domei swooped in with the race car. She slammed into Fix-It Nail, all thanks to girl power. Domei quickly shut the shredder. I dashed over to rescue Miss Jin, and when I opened the trunk, I was shocked to find it empty. Instead, a camera was looping a video of Miss Jin's demise, completely crushing my spirit. It turned out Miss Jin was killed by Fix-It Nail before I arrived. The video chilled me to the bone. Oh man, Miss Jin turned into ketchup right on the spot, and witnessing the whole thing drove me insane. I swore to take down Fix-It Nail, but he had vanished. Dame and I scrambled to get in the car to find him. Just then, Fix-It Neil reappeared once again, driving his truck straight towards us with great force, and subsequent to this powerful collision, Dame's leg got caught in the vehicle, and I yelled for her to get out, but it was too late. I could only watch as Fix-It Neil charged at her. In a state of panic, I focused hard, jumped into the crane, and maneuvered the claw over Fix-It Neil. With one swift grab, Fix-It Neil met his fate in the truck, and I breathed a sigh of relief as I saved Dame. By morning, the police arrived at the scene, and I revealed Fix-It Neil's name. The bodies were right there in the shredder. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.